Yes, students, welcome to the class of construction management and technology. So, in previous classes, we have been studying the numericals on network development. So, in today's class, let us see some more examples on network development. So, the question is as follows, it is on your screen. Activities A, B, E, Q, K, X, J, Z, X, J, Z, G, F, C. Okay. These activities are dependent in the following manner. The logic between these activities, it is given as follows. The first one, A and B can be carried out at the same time. Okay. What does it mean? Activity A as well as activity B can be carried out at same time. So, what does it mean? These two activities are simultaneous activities. A and B can be carried out at same time. They represent the beginning of the job. They represent beginning of the job. Who activity A and B represent beginning of the job. So, whatever your logic diagram which is starting will be starting from A and B. The next interrelationship is K follows E, activity K follows E, activity X is dependent upon activity Q and activity K. Neither F nor G can be started before B is completed. See, it is clearly in the point 4 what it is given. Neither F nor G can be started before B. For starting of activity F and G, B has to be completed first. B has to be completed first, then only we can go for activity F and activity G. B should be starting first, then only we can go for activity F and activity G, but they can be concurrently performed. E and Q follows A, Q must be carried out before J. C depends upon completion of F and G. E and Q can be executed at the same time. Z can only be started when C, X and J are finished. Z is the last activity. So, now let us see how to draw this network diagram. As you can see, it is already given over there. What is given over there? A and B can be carried out same time. A and B. Look at this point 1. First we will draw the logic of this point 1. A and B are carried out at the same time. They represent beginning of the job. So, beginning of the job is always from event 1. Event 1 gives us beginning of the job. Event 1 gives us beginning of the job. So, what does it say? A and B. So, from this activity A is arises, activity B is arises. Okay, in capital letters. Sorry. So, the diagram is as follows. The diagram is as follows. From because every the starting activity always starts from event 1. So, A and B carried out same time. From A, two activities have been begun. That is nothing but from event 1 two activities have begun, that is A and B, which can be carried out at the same time. Now, let us see on this. Let us go for this activity. Now, either we should see which is a predecessor of A or predecessor of B. So, let us see the predecessor of B. Look at the fourth point. Look at the fourth point. Neither F nor G can start before the completion of B. So, from B, what all things are dependent? F and G are dependent. So, we need to take out that from so what does it mean? From activity B, after activity B there will be two activities, those are nothing but F and G. See, we have introduced one event over there. Okay, activity cannot start after activity. Okay, in between two activities. See, this is activity B. Okay, it is represented by arrows. Again one event we need to insert, and again then arrow we need to insert. Okay. We cannot add just two activities together. One activity is like this, again one activity is like this. This is wrong. There should be insertion of one no event in between them, F and G. Then next look at what all dependent upon A. Look at this fifth point. If we look at this fifth point, look at this fifth point, E and Q follows A. So what does it means? From A, these two activities will come out. That is nothing but E and Q. See, E and Q, two activities have been come out. Till now, is it clear? Okay, first we have started A and B, which was nothing but our A and B represented our beginning of the job. After that, we have seen from what activities which are emerging from activity B, which are dependent upon activity B, and what activities are dependent upon A. We have come out with this. Now let us see serial number 2. This pointer is not really visible. Now look at here, K follows E. What does it say? K follows E. From K, where is K? K follows E. What does it mean? After activity E, which activity comes? After activity E, which activity comes? K activity comes. So insert K activity over there. After this, now look at X is dependent upon look at, we are done with this point, second point. Now look at this third point. Look at this third point. X is dependent upon Q and K. X is dependent upon Q and K. After completion of Q and K only, X will start. So where is Q? Here. Okay. Where is K? Over here. Q is over here. K is over here. Okay. So what we need to do? We need to follow, we need to insert either one dummy activity over here to show the interdependencies. Okay, we need to see, we directly cannot join Q and K. Okay, so insert one dummy activity over here and continue the X. See, we have introduced one dummy activity and we have got the relationship as X. Then next is Q must be carried out before J. Q must be carried out before J. Now look at the sixth point. J, Q. So after Q, what way? See, here we have Q. After Q, what we need to follow? We need to follow J. So we have inserted J. Okay. Now let us see C depends upon completion of F and G. Where is F? Look at the seventh point. C depends upon completion of F and G. F activity is over here, G activity is over here. We cannot join directly these two. Insert one dummy activity, and after F and G, what we will get? We will get an activity C. We will get an activity C. Z is the last activity, and Z can only be started when C, X, J are finished. C is over here, X is over here, J is off here. So last activity will get it as Z. So this was nothing but the above network diagram. This was nothing but above network diagram. Okay. Is it clear? Is it clear, everyone? Okay. Now let us see next problem. What all it is given? Activities M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T are given. Okay, we need to create a logical diagrams with this following following interrelationships. So the first interrelationship is as follows: activity M, N and Q can start concurrently and represent start of the project Which activities starts the project? M and Q. So from one event all this M and Q can come out. Okay, so this was nothing but starting of the project always starts from event 1. Okay, so from 1 what happens? M and Q gets started. Sorry, these things are not that visible. I'll change the ink color. Now I hope these are visible. From activity 1, M, N, Q can come out. Okay, so this activities M, N and Q can start concurrently and represent the start of the project. So first is from event 1 what happens? M, N and Q will emerge. Okay, now next is activities O and P are concurrent and dependent upon completion of M and N. So this O and P are concurrent. What do we mean by concurrent? They start at the same time. What do we mean by concurrent activity? Concurrent activities start at the same time, O and P, and which are dependent upon both M and N. So from M and N we need to follow these two activities which are nothing but O and P. How to insert it over here? Like this. We need to create one dummy activity so that it says that M and N both are created, both are dependent over here. Okay, so what we have done? We have inserted a dummy activity and see from this 3 event what we can see it over here. From 3 event will start only when N and M is completed. So from N, after completion of N and M only O and P will start. The next activity R and S are concurrent and dependent upon the completion of O. So from O what will emerge? From activity O, this is activity O over here. So from activity O two activities will be emerging. That is nothing but R and S, as we have seen it over in the point C. In the point C it is clearly mentioned that this R and S is concurrent on will start only after the completion of O. The next is P depends upon completion of PQR. See, P is over here. Activity P is over here. Activity P, activity Q, activity R. On completion of these 3 activities, which activity starts? Activity T starts. See, activity T starts and project is completed when S and T comes to an end, and the project is completed when S and T comes to an end. So from where we will get S? Activity 4 is nothing but it constitutes for S. So when S and T comes to an end, this project will be ending. So this was nothing but our network diagram. Let us see one more example. It is given activity A, it has no immediate predecessor. Activity B, it has no immediate predecessor. Activity C, it has no immediate predecessor. Activity D, immediate predecessor is A. What do we mean by immediate predecessor? Immediate predecessor means the activity which, for example, activity this is the activity A, this is the activity B. So immediate predecessor of activity B is nothing but activity A. Immediate predecessor of activity A is nothing but 0, nothing. There is nothing immediate predecessor of activity A, because A activity is nothing but starting of the project. That's why there is no immediate predecessor. So whereas for activity B, if you look in this situation, so what is nothing but the immediate predecessor is nothing but activity A. So similarly here there is no immediate predecessor for A, B, C. If there is no immediate predecessor for A, B, C, it means that A, B and C are nothing but starting events. See in this diagram, if you look it over here, for activity A, here the activity A is starting activity and there is no immediate predecessor for this. So what does it mean? Activity 1 to 2, that is nothing but A is starting activity. So similarly here also A, B and C, as it has no immediate predecessors, these are nothing but starting activities. These are nothing but starting activities. These are nothing but starting activities. So immediate predecessor of D is nothing but A. Immediate predecessor of E is R, B and C. Immediate predecessor of F, R, B and C. Immediate predecessor of G, R, B and C. So what does it mean over here? These are nothing but concurrent activities. These are nothing but concurrent activities. These are nothing but concurrent activities. The immediate predecessor of activity H is C, I is G and H, and J is D and E, and immediate predecessor of J is activity D and E. So let us start. As you can see that activity A, B and C, from this it has no immediate predecessor, that's why they are starting activities. Okay, so we'll start from A, B and C, which are nothing but starting activities of our project, because these activities do not have immediate predecessor. So we have got this. From activity 1 we have got A, B and C. Okay, so now if we look at next one, now let us see this activities E, F and G. Let us see E, F and G. They start from B and C. So from B and C we will insert one dummy activity and will bring to one event. From that what we will start? We will start 3 activities E, F, G. From B and C what we will do? We will insert one dummy and we will bring it to one event, and from that event we will start E, F, G, and 2 follows, and this also D, immediate predecessor of D was nothing but A. So A is also following. D was nothing but immediate predecessor of A. So from now from B and C we will insert one dummy and we will try to from B and C we will insert one dummy, and from that dummy E, F, G activities will be arising. See, we have inserted one dummy to get the activity 3. So from activity 3, from event 3 activities are emerging, that is nothing but E, F, G. E, F, G. 3 activities have been emerged. Now look at activity H. The immediate predecessor of activity H given in the table is H is dependent upon C. So from activity C, here activity C is nothing but it is here, somewhere here. Activity C is here. So from C what we will get? We will get the activity H. See, we have got it at H. And activity I is dependent upon G and H. So G and H will meet at activity I. See, G and H meets and we get activity I. From D and E what we will get? J, activity J. D and E, where is activity D? Activity D is over here. From activity D and activity E we will get activity J, which is nothing but the project will come to end when J, F and I meet at one event. When J, F and I meet at one event, the project ends. See, at the 7th the project ends. Okay, I think you people have understood this. I think you people have understood about this concepts, how to draw this network diagram. We have seen nearly about 4 examples, one in previous class and now 3 examples over here. So in next coming classes we have to see the more we need to go more deep into this network development, and we need to calculate float. What is float? How to calculate the float of the activities. We have different times: earlier start times, earlier finish time, latest start time, latest finish time. So those are nothing but network elements that we'll be seeing in our next classes. I hope you will have understood this. Please post the attendance on time as specified in the group. Attendance posted within that duration only will be considered as a genuine attendance, not the attendance won't be considered after the time described in the comment section. Okay, thank you.